Adin Ross and IShowSpeed, once the most chaotic, unstoppable duo on the internet. Now, radio silence. No collaborations, no FaceTime, nothing. So, what went wrong? Was it the money, the fame, a toxic chat room, or did someone actually betray the other? Here's the truth about their fallout you wouldn't want to miss.
Alright, y'all, I'm done, tired of it, y'all. Y'all want to know my name, y'all? It's my name. My real name is Jawan. It's not Frank, y'all. Now, what's my name? Jawan.
Back in the summer of 2021, Speed was just another up-and-coming streamer grinding his way up the ranks, pulling in a few thousand viewers per stream. He had talent, energy, and a wild personality, but he wasn't a household name yet. Meanwhile, Adin was already a massive Twitch star, pulling in millions of views with his chaotic, unpredictable content. Then, thanks to Rice Gum, the two met, and it was like a perfect storm of energy and madness. They clicked instantly. Speed's raw, unpredictable energy meshed perfectly with Adin's ability to stir up controversy and create viral moment. They started making content together, blowing up on TikTok and YouTube, and for a while it felt like they were unstoppable. But then, everything started shifting. Speed wasn't just getting bigger, he was becoming a worldwide sensation. His over-the-top reactions, loud personality, and signature "Sayu" chant, shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo, turned him into an icon, especially in the football world. He wasn't just a streamer anymore, he was a phenomenon.
PLZZ.
We did it, man.
By 2025, he had hit 36 million subscribers, making him one of the biggest names in streaming. Meanwhile, Adin took a different road. He was already a Twitch powerhouse, constantly breaking viewership records, bringing in huge celebrities like Polo G and Playboy Cardi, and keeping his audience entertained with his over-the-top antics. But then he made a decision that changed everything. He took a massive deal with Kick, a streaming platform tied to a gambling site. The deal was rumored to be worth somewhere between $40 million and $150 million, an amount so insane that it was almost impossible to turn down. At first, the move seemed like a power play, but Kick had almost no rules, no real moderation, and no restrictions. Adin embraced the chaos. His content became wilder, his chat got more toxic, and instead of putting a stop to it, he leaned into it. His streams became an education ground for edgy humor that often crossed the line, and people started seeing him less as a top-tier content creator and more as an unpredictable wildcard who had no boundary. While Adin was doubling down on controversy, Speed was making smarter moves. He was focusing on building his brand, working with global football stars, and making sure his content stayed within YouTube's guidelines. Their paths were starting to split, but it wasn't until late 2022 that things really changed. One night, Speed made a mistake that almost cost him everything. Always known for his crazy on-stream stunts, he took things too far when he lit fireworks inside his own room while live. It was reckless, dangerous, and a complete disaster. The stream ended in a total mess, and YouTube hit him with a temporary ban. But behind the scenes, it was way worse. Insiders claimed he was one strike away from getting banned for life. That meant one more slip-up, one more major mistake, and his entire YouTube career would be over. It was a wake-up call. His management team stepped in hard and basically told him that if he wanted to keep his career, he needed to start making smarter decisions. That was the moment Speed started to change. He stopped chasing controversy, focused on long-term success, and worked on solidifying his place as one of the biggest streamers in the world.
Are you an owner in any sense of those things?
Of Kick, yes. Of Stake, no.
No. Okay.
I have equity in Kick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pocket watch. Is it a good amount?
It's a good amount.
Adin, on the other hand, was going in the opposite direction. His switch to Kick wasn't just about the money, it was way deeper than that. The platform he moved to wasn't just a random competitor to Twitch, it was backed by Stake, a crypto gambling site that was already under fire for some shady business practices. A lot of streamers had taken gambling sponsorships before, but Adin took it to another level. He was streaming gambling content directly to his audience, which included a lot of young, impressionable. Critics weren't just upset that he took the deal. They were furious because they felt he was encouraging underage gambling and promoting a site that made millions off addicted.
You know me, man. I've just been living life. I've been really trying to figure out my stream.
What process have you taken advice from?
Actually, my mom. You know, me and my mom, we talk a lot.
Fuck that. Oh, fuck, you know what she.
Some people even believe that Adin's whole move to Kick wasn't really about streaming at all. The theory was that Kick didn't pay him crazy money just for his content. They wanted his audience to start gambling. The logic was simple. Kick made way more money off people placing bets than they ever would from just watching Adin stream. So, in the eyes of his critics, this wasn't just another controversial move from Adin. It was something much worse. To many, it looked like he was actively leading his fans into gambling while cashing in big from the platform that benefited from it the most. Meanwhile, Adin's community was turning into a complete disaster. His chat was no longer just edgy, it was filled with outright hateful and toxic messages. And instead of shutting it down or trying to fix it, he let it fester. He barely moderated his streams, didn't bring in enough moderators, and basically allowed his audience to say whatever they wanted. Over time, his streams became a chaotic mess where trolling, negativity, and offensive content, it wasn't just the critics who know. His fellow streamers saw it too.
It was in my.
We heard that story!
Oh.
Shut the fuck up!
Alright, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
God damn!
Excuse me. Stop. You're being disrespectful.
Bro, we heard that! Guys, have I ever tell you about the story? Yes!
Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers in the world, straight up told Adin what he needed to do. He didn't sugarcoat it, he didn't dance around the issue, and he told him directly, "Bro, delete the community, make a new one, get 10 good mods, rebrand yourself." That wasn't hate, that was real advice from someone who actually cared about his success. Kai saw what was happening and tried to warn him. If your fans are becoming the biggest problem, if they're making your streams toxic and hurting your reputation, then you either clean it up or let it destroy you. But Adin didn't listen. He didn't reset his community, didn't change his approach, and didn't take control of the chaos. Maybe he thought that toxicity was part of what made his brand. Maybe he just didn't care. Either way, his refusal to fix the problem played a huge role in why he and Speed started growing apart. Speed wasn't trying to be part of a sinking ship. He was building something bigger, something international, something respected. His goals were different now. He wasn't just trying to be another controversial streamer. He was aiming to be a global superstar. Meanwhile, Adin was becoming the face of a platform known for its lack of rules and its ties to gambling. It was no surprise that Speed's management team eventually stepped in and told him to cut ties. According to Adin himself, Speed's managers warned him that Adin was off the walls and too risky to be associated with. And honestly, they weren't wrong. But that's when things stopped being speculation and started getting personal. In April 2023, Adin went live on stream, visibly upset, and without naming Speed directly, spoke about a close friend who had suddenly pulled away. He said this friend had been advised by corporate handlers, some white businessman in his words, not to associate with him anymore. Adin called it fake, corporate nonsense, and you could hear the betrayal in his voice. "There's one motherfucker I love to death," he said, and that motherfucker got told by a manager or corporation, "Don't associate with Adin." And 2 days later, on April 9th, 2023, a clip featuring IShowSpeed went viral, in which fans urged him to connect with Adin Ross and to stop being an L friend to him. Speed responded during a YouTube stream, and his version of events was totally different. "I texted him and he ain't text me back," Speed said plainly. "Don't listen to that, bro. He's He insisted that he had reached out, that he had tried to maintain the friendship, but Adin simply didn't respond. And to make it even messier, Speed claimed Adin was making it seem like he was the bad guy when it was Adin who had gone silent. For a few weeks, the rift between Adin Ross and IShowSpeed played out through indirect jabs and clips, without the two speaking face to face. This changed at the end of May 2023, when things truly boiled over in public. On May 29th, 2023, Speed once again brought up Adin during a live stream. When asked why they hadn't been hanging out, Speed plainly answered that Adin was ignoring him. "Why haven't you talked to Adin? Bro, I texted him and he hasn't been texting me. He doesn't message me no more." That was the tipping point. The duo that once felt inseparable were now giving conflicting stories, with thousands of fans caught in the middle. Then came the explosion. Adin went live again, this time pulling up Speed's clip and going on a full-blown rant. "You're a liar, Darren Watkins III, he shouted, revealing that Speed had changed his number and never told him. "You changed your number a month ago, bro. How am I supposed to text you if I don't even have your new number?" But it didn't stop there. Adin turned his rage towards Speed's manager. "F*** that manager. That dirty hillbilly manager. You ruined my friend. You ruined Speed," he yelled live on Kick. And just when it looked like the friendship had completely imploded, something completely unexpected happened. During a live stream that same day, Speed, clearly overwhelmed by the back and forth, picked up his phone and FaceTimed Adin live on stream in front of tens of thousands of viewers. Adin answered, groggy and caught off guard. What followed was something no one expected: vulnerability. "Dude, I love you, bro. I miss you," Speed said. Adin paused, then smiled. "I love you too. I miss you too. Just call me after the stream." But that peace didn't last. Fast forward to March 2024, and this time, the drama wasn't over managers or mixed messages. It was over something way smaller, but weirdly way more personal: a leaked phone number. During one of Speed's vlogs filmed in his car, Adin's phone number flashed briefly on screen. It was the third time Speed had accidentally leaked it, and this time, Adin wasn't laughing. He snapped. Instead of calling Speed privately or joking it off, Adin logged into his alt Twitter account and leaked Speed's number in retaliation, publicly. No blur, no hesitation. "My number got leaked by Speed, third time. Here's his," he tweeted. Speed was still live when it happened. His phone started blowing up with random calls. At first he looked confused, and then it clicked. His face dropped. He stared at the camera and said, "FK that NA. He better not ever f***ing call me again." It was clear. The trust was gone. Adin, meanwhile, brushed it off. On stream and on Twitter, he told fans it wasn't that deep. "He's leaked my number 3 times. I leaked his once. Change your number. It's not that serious," he said, as if they were just trading pranks. But fans weren't convinced. Even die-hard supporters started to admit that this wasn't funny anymore. It was petty, toxic, and crossing serious boundaries. Eventually, Adin tried to walk it back. He deleted the tweets and posted a public apology. "I was mad in the moment and I leaked your number. I'm sorry, I've calmed down now. I love you, Darren." Whether Speed accepted that apology behind the scenes is still unclear, but a few months later, fans spotted the two together again. This time at the Fanatics Festival in New York, hosted by billionaire Michael Rubin. They were seen playfully wrestling, smiling, joking like the old days. It wasn't a live stream, but the clip went viral anyway. For the fans, it was a sign that maybe, just maybe, things were okay again. So no, they're not enemies. They're not dissing each other. They've just outgrown the duo they used to be. Speed is building something global. He's a brand now, live streaming all over countries in Asia, Europe, and South America, even getting 1 million live views. And Adin, he's still streaming to massive numbers, but in his own chaotic, unfiltered world. They're not beefing. They're just not on the same path anymore. Speed didn't abandon Adin, he just outgrew him.